Well, the Cavs play the 76ers tonight. They have 11 games left in the regular season, fourth place in the Eastern Conference, 3 games behind the 76ers, who are in third place. How do you think the Cavs approach that, and do you expect the 76ers to come out and try to show the Cavs you're not quite at our level? That's kind of what they did the last time they met, and they put the Cavs in a big hole early. Do you expect 76ers to try to send that same kind of message?
Yeah, I expect the game to have playoff intensity and those type of messages. The Cavs trying to send a message that, you don't want to face us in the playoffs, and the Sixers trying to say the same thing. So, I suspect that it's going to have that type of atmosphere. Obviously, not having Jared Allen for the Cavs is, that makes it tough, especially when the opposing team's best player, one of the best players in the NBA, if not the NBA MVP, just happens to be a center. So in Joel Embiid, it's going to be a tough road for the Cavs. But these are the kind of games that test your mettle a little bit. With after tonight, 10 games left, you get a good gauge of where you stand. And for the Cavs, you pretty much have to collapse to not get that 4th seed. You're probably not going to catch the Sixers at 3. The Cavs are all but locked in at 4 unless something were to go really bad. So that's the good news. So these games can all serve as warm-ups toward the playoffs, especially a game against a team that's right, one spot ahead of you in the Eastern Conference.
All right, as you look at the final 10, and really there's a couple against the Nets who are kind of fighting for that spot. I think they play the Knicks, but they are not, after tonight against the 76ers, they're not among the elite that the Cavs are playing. What do you think J.B. Bickerstaff wants to see in these final 10 moving into the playoffs?
I think he'd like to see, after tonight, these guys get an opportunity to rest and not like taking entire games off, but go at it intensely, starting 5, top 2 or 3 subs. Go at it intensely, play 24, 30 minutes at the most. Give ourselves a cushion and a lead against some of these quote-unquote inferior opponents or opponents with worse records, and get ourselves the ability and a chance to rest during the game. In other words, hey, we're up 12 in the first half. We can afford to take out all 5 starters, rest them. They'll start the second half, play the first 5 minutes, and then, the Cavs will be comfortably in the lead. Ideally, I think that's what the coach would like. Still want to keep the guys sharp for the playoffs, and that's how you go about it. They get to play a little bit in the games, but you're in a good enough position that you don't have to play them, 30, 35 or more minutes just because you have to win. And I think the more that we go on here, Dave, and the season goes on, you get into those final 6, 5 games of the year, we probably will see some guys sitting out because it's going to be really tough for the Nets or Knicks to get that number 4 spot and for the Cavs to get that 3 spot. So I think that Cavs are feeling comfortable with where they are. Just play intensely when you're playing, and then, get some rest in there right before the playoffs.